In 2019, Chandrayaan-2 was launched.
India has launched Chandrayaan-3, which costs 615 crores, and this is going to be the most difficult mission of ISRO till date.
In today's video, let's find out why India wants to go to the moon for the third time. What have learned from past mistakes and how have it improved? What are the objectives of Chandrayaan-3 mission and what will it achieve from them? And what difference does it make by going into space? If you want to watch more interesting videos like this, then don't forget to subscribe or follow the channel. It's free for you, but it helps us a lot. Part 1. Why is the moon important? The moon is important not only for India's space program but also for India's economy. Why? Let's find out. Often when we watch a space documentary, we feel that the moon is not too far from the Earth. But the truth is that there is so much distance between the moon and the Earth that all the planets in our solar system will fit in between. The moon is not just a satellite but a geopolitical milestone. When we talk about the moon landing, we see these images of Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin, but very few people know that before America, the USSR had reached the moon with Lunar 2. That too, 10 years before the Apollo 11 mission. Of course, Russia has never sent humans to the moon, but they were the first to reach the moon. There are only 3 countries in the world that have made a soft landing on the moon: America, Russia, and China. What does soft landing means? Soft landing means safe landing, that is, the spacecraft is safe after landing. This soft landing is very important because once it had proved that ISRO can make a soft landing, then it can take important international space projects. The work that NASA is doing today and is making money, and ISRO can do the same. In 2008, ISRO did reach the moon through the Chandrayaan-1. But it was a moon impact probe that made a hard landing. 4 years ago, the main objective of Chandrayaan-2 was to make a soft landing on the moon. Chandrayaan's launch was successful.
In fact, ISRO successfully completed the distance of 384,400 kilometers from the Earth to the moon, but while landing, despite being only half a kilometer away from the surface, it could not land due to a software glitch. The plan was that the Vikram rover would study the surface of the moon for 14 days and deliver the information to ISRO. But due to the failure of communication devices, the mission was left incomplete. Now Chandrayaan-3 wants to rectify these mistakes, and for India this is a golden opportunity to show their improved technology to the world.
We will know all these improvements in Part 2. There is one special thing about Chandrayaan-3, and that is its landing location. Earth and Moon are in a one-sided relationship. You must be aware that the Moon is tidally locked from the Earth. This means that only one side of the Moon is visible to the Earth and not the other side. 41% of the Moon is hidden from the Earth. Similarly, there are large craters in the south pole of the Moon,
where sunlight has not reached for billions of years. By studying these craters, we can get important information about the origins of our solar system. It is believed that water can be hidden in these craters, not just a little, but 100 million tons of water. At the same time, there are essential resources like hydrogen, ammonia, methane, sodium, mercury, and silver. This location can be an important stop for future space missions.
Part 2. Why this mission is different? What are the improvements in Chandrayaan-2 and Chandrayaan-3? There are 5 points, and let's understand them one by one. Number 1 is payload.
In the 2019 mission, the payload was a little more complex, where there were 3 main components: lander, rover, and orbiter.
In the 2023 mission,
the payload has been simplified, and here only lander and rover are there. In 2019, the orbiter completed its mission. That's why this time there was no need to include orbiter.
Number 2. Powerful lander.
The Chandrayaan-3 team has learned important lessons from the mistakes of Chandrayaan-2. The lander's legs have been made stronger, so that it can better resist and survive the impact. Earlier engine was not that powerful, so it couldn't slow down before landing, and it fell exactly 750 meters away from the spot where it was supposed to land. Now, the lander's engine capacity has been increased. At the same time, it has hazard detection systems.
Number 3. Instruments. Moon becomes a great platform to study the Earth, with which we can collect data about our Earth and plan future missions. It can be used in the studies of exoplanets along with weather pattern detection. In Chandrayaan-3, an instrument called SHAPE, that is spectropolarimetry of habitable planet Earth, is going to be used, which can be used to read the data of our Earth and find habitable exoplanets outside our solar system. Number 4. Launch Vehicle. Chandrayaan-3 launch is important due to one more reason, and that is LVM-3 launch vehicle, which has the capacity to carry 30% more weight than the first GSLV Mark II launch vehicle. In simple language, the success of this launch vehicle is also important for India because it can send heavier payloads into the space with this and can prove this to the world. Number 5. Cost. ISRO launched Chandrayaan-2 in around 870 crores. By the way, this cost is 3 times less than Avengers Endgame. But now ISRO have become more efficient, and Chandrayaan-3's total budget is going to be around 615 crores. This is the proof of ISRO's increasing efficiency. Part 3. ISRO a waste of money? When India launched Mangalyaan. New York Times published this cartoon and made fun of India. Why don't such cartoons be made about China? Isn't there poverty in China? Why don't such cartoons be made about UAE? Is UAE perfect? India is a thriving country. India is a democracy, and still it is playing an important role in sectors like space. Maybe some Western people can't digest this and ask such a question, that can India afford a space program? Let's ask a simple question. How much do we spend on our space program every year? Mr. Satish Dhawan knew that ISRO's budgets were going to be questioned. That's why when he became the chief of ISRO, he used to charge only 1 rupee as salary, and ISRO carries the legacy of this efficiency further. ISRO have been consistently increasing the budget of its space program for the past 20 years. That's a fact, but this is only 0.8% of India's GDP. To put things in perspective, India spent 36,000 crores to run our postal services. But what do we get in this money? We get eyes to keep an eye on India's friendly neighbor China. China is so attached to India that it sends its own people to Arunachal and Ladakh. It makes such settlements there, and slowly, with the onion slicing method, it steals small parts of India. But ISRO's satellites convey this information to our security. More than 10 surveillance satellites observe China's naval activities. When Fani cyclone came in 2019, ISRO satellites gave warnings on time. Due to the information of these satellites, 11.5 lakh people were safely evacuated from Odisha. Today, Odisha has become number 1 in disaster management, and the United Nations also advises other countries to learn Odisha's disaster management model. ISRO gives data by studying the geography. Using this data, it can give guidance to farmers. It can be better prepared to get information about earthquakes, cyclones, and floods in advance. And we can reduce the possible loss, and all this is possible because of our satellites. ISRO's budget is 15 times less than NASA's, and in such a low budget, ISRO scientists make your and our lives better. Not just for India, ISRO also launches satellites for foreign countries and earns money from it. So far, ISRO have launched a total of 239 satellites for 28 countries. The whole world trusts India's talent and efficiency so much. It is a matter of pride for Indians. Space has become a multi-billion-dollar industry, and through Chandrayaan-3, India can use rare metals and minerals hidden on the moon for the future of humanity. In the beginning of the video, we said that ISRO is also important for India's economy. Recently, space startups have received a big boost in India, and ISRO is encouraging and guiding many space startups because the satellite launching industry has become a $13 billion industry today, and in the next 5 years, it is going to be $24 billion. If India can capture 20% of this industry, IT can bring 10 times more money to India every year than their space budget, and Vikram Sarabhai knew this. He is known as the father of Indian space program. When Nehruji told Vikram Sarabhai that India is a poor country, we have many social problems, we cannot afford a space program. So Sarabhai told him that we are a poor country, we have many social problems. That's why we need a space program. This is the vision that is taking ISRO to new heights. Where other countries use space for weaponization, India uses space to make humanity better. If you got value from this video and got something new to learn, then don't forget to follow us. The heroes of every success are the scientists. These are not the people who have been rejected by NASA, these are the people who have rejected NASA. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more such videos.